I don't care if it's one of the weakest Black Templar models, it's one of the coolest looking, and I want it for my army. So this week we've got the Crusade Ancient. And yeah, when I was building out my army and buying models, I wasn't necessarily looking at like stats and points. I was just purely going for an aesthetic vibe. And I love the idea of having this huge tidal wave of like black, red, white, and gold like, infantry units. And then this guy with a huge banner just like waving over the battlefield, rallying the troops. So yeah, super, super excited for this guy. Let's unbox this and get started. Oh, here we go. Still with the wrapper on. Let's crack this bad boy open. Yeah, I'm super excited and keen to get stuck into this and see the sprue, just because what is that giant banner going to look like? And I love seeing what options we have as well. I'm assuming it's just, yeah, look at that. There's one cool, oh, that's a chunky sprue. Oh my god. Okay, well, hold on. Let's take this one step at a time. That's a chunky sprue. It's my first thought. Of course, yeah, I guess if you are just interested to see what the sprue looks like, here it is. You can pause the video if you want. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, wow. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it, there's a lot on this sprue. Oh, I'm going to be honest, I picked this model because I was like, oh, it's just like a one-off cool model. Will be like a nice little, easy, fun, chill project. But looking at this, there's a lot, like this huge shield. I guess the three main things are well, the shield, the sword, and the banner, right? And you've got like just the armor, the sword, the pole and trophies and stuff. But yeah, there's some incredible looking pieces on this sprue. So let's just slide that to one side and look at this teeny tiny little pamphlet. Oh my god, that's quite funny. I guess we can just get stuck straight in, shall we? So first things first, we've got 1, 3, and 4 for the body, and then I guess we can do 2 and 5 as well to chuck on like the full sort of torso arm section. Cool, and there's the body, just a big, thick, chunky boy. Yeah, this is definitely a Black Templar. You can just tell by how like thick and heavy they are. I will say the base, the feet sort of section, this was a bit fiddly to get in because it's like a, if you look around here, there's like a tiny bit, yeah, it glues to the foot. Like trying to get them all lined up and everything in the right place was actually a little bit more difficult than normal, a little bit fiddly. But looking solid, stands up straight, awesome. And then move on to the next page. God man, look at that, look at that stick. That's so cool, just a massive giant like pole. Like banner aside, just him holding this massive baton is cool. So let's get a little bit ahead and go straight to the banners. I guess I also need to pick which one I want. So how is it? It's like a pole with these banners, and then I either pick the shield or the orc skull. There it is, the sword with the orc skull. Oh, okay, this is tough. What's the box art looking like? I guess we've got to look at the pictures on the back to help decide. It's got to be the sword in it. The sword in the orc's head. It's just too cool, so unique. So like, it's like a huge trophy. Okay, so to the surprise of absolutely no one, this was the fiddliest, like the most delicate thing I've ever built. And even now looking at it, I'm a bit nervous. But it looks great. It looks absolutely unbelievable. This is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The amount of detail, the amount of like things going on, like it's unreal. Like look at that. I don't even want to think about painting it. Like that is a problem for later, but at the minute it's incredible. I was going to say I need to temporarily build this with blue tack. But I actually don't, because we don't really do the Zenithal spray on Black Templars anymore. Yeah, I've been enjoying just doing matte white for my Black Templar priming. So that's what we're going to do now, I guess. We'll just quickly prime all these guys up, and then we can get to the fun part. Right, so that's everything all pinned into some blue tack and cork and primed, and nice and good. Look at that. All smooth, and then yeah, this banner as well is nice and sturdy. We're looking good. Getting there. Yeah, that was a really fun build process actually. It was quite cool. Nice little choice on the banner. Not much else really. And I've got just this like shield left over, which I actually think, yeah, this would look really cool hanging on something. So if I go grab the impulsor, yeah, like I've got this impulsor, and I feel like it'd be really cool if I could go somewhere. I just don't know where. It would have looked alright on the front, I think, but I've got a sword on there. But yeah, I don't know, like just maybe even hanging off the side. that like line up like a big space there? Yeah, like you could put it on the side of like a big vehicle or something. So I might keep hold of this just for future reference. So with this thing, what I want to do is there's something a little bit different with the base coats. So normally we do base coat of Black Templar contrast, dry brush some rust grey, and then Nuln oil. And actually what I want to do is something a bit different, something a little bit slap choppy actually. I want to take the armour and do a heavy dry brush of Dark Reaper. So yeah, even before like a base coat of Black Templar contrast or anything, right now as it is all nice and primed, just lather on loads and loads of Dark Reaper, and then put some Black Templar contrast over the top, and then edge highlight with some Thunderhawk blue. So like a little bit slap choppy. So yeah, let's grab some Dark Reaper and some Thunderhawk blue, and then yeah, get started. Sweet, so there's the dry brushing of Dark Reaper and the Black Templar contrast. And I've tried this sort of slap chop dry brush before base coat a few times, and yeah, every time it's kind of the same. Like the Black Templar just completely smothers the dry brushing highlights, and it's like they weren't even there. And I'd be keen to know in the comments if anyone could like help. Like, is that just a Black Templar thing? Like, is it black over the top of these dry brushes? Like, you just don't do it, it doesn't work. Or am I doing something wrong? Am I putting too much contrast on? Yeah, I'd be keen to know which one it is, whether it's, yeah, me or just you don't put black over dry brush. I don't know. But either way, we're not going to abandon the highlights completely. We're going to move on to, we're still going to do the layering of the Thunderhawk blue edge highlights across, just to give it some like volume and make it pop a little bit. Hopefully that might add something more to it. Oh, okay, we went a little bit harder on these highlights than I thought I was going to. So I did, what have I got? Thunderhawk blue on all of the sort of edges. You can kind of see just around there. Look at that side panel. Actually, why don't we zoom in? What am I doing? There we go. Look at that and get a nice close look. So yeah, all down these sort of side panels, These little spiky bits at the side, the shins, a little bit thick and heavy on the collar, but that's whatever. And I did some little extras of rust grey, kind of like so. I mean, you would have just seen me do it, but not the whole shin, but kind of the middle bit. And then again, some on the side and up here. Some of the top facing sections, actually, just the higher bits. And then also, I did a teeny tiny spot highlights here and there of Fenrisian grey, just on the edges, like there, on the edge of these panels, the corners of the shins. I'm really happy with some of these highlights. I find it hard, though, to get a vibe for them when it's just like this, like armour and highlights. Like, I feel like I need all the other colours on it to properly appreciate it. So I'm going to call the armour there for now. It's 8:30 at the minute, so I don't want to get... Basically, what I want to do is I want to do this banner. It's so cool, it's massive, it's such a huge thing, it's like the main part of the model, right? So I kind of want to do that first because it looks so cool. Yeah, and I want to sink loads of time into it, but it's like 8:30 at the minute, it's quite late in the evening, and I kind of want to like go solid. I don't want to like start and then stop and come back. I kind of want to get real stuck into it. So what I might do is quickly bash out these shoulder pads first. There's a nice little quick win we can finish off tonight, and then first thing tomorrow morning we can come back and we can just, yeah, hammer out this banner. Been a good day, you know. It's been a good day. So it's 9:30. So yeah, it's 9:30 now. So we spent about an hour on those shoulders. Maybe less than that. That's like an hour including waiting for the paint to dry, 2 layers of red, highlights, mixing paints. So not too bad. So yeah, we did these 2 little shoulder pads, looking really good. I always love these like nice shoulders. Although I'm at a weird place with stuff like this because I feel like this looks good. I'm really happy with this. I like what we've got with it, the recipe. But I don't know where to go from here. Like, at what point, I guess the question I'm asking is, are you happy with a recipe and something you've got? When do you get to a point of, like, these shoulders, am I like, I'm done. I don't ever have to work on Black Templar shoulders. These are perfect, because they're not perfect. There's always room for improvement. So I guess it's hard for me, or I don't know, where do I go from this step? Because I feel like, yeah, solid foundations with these, but what extra things can I do to make them better? So that'd be a cool thing to sort of maybe look into and research. Then yeah, the other thing we did was this chest, sort of like all the base armor. And you know what, yeah, it's proper like, it's not flashy, but like I really like the highlights, you know. But those edge highlights of Fenrisian grey, Thunderhawk blue, rust grey, really popping, you know. But I'm super happy with the progress tonight. I mean, these shoulder pads are done, which is kind of weird. I guess I can take these 2 shoulder pads and then just put them to one side, although put them over here and say, yeah, they're done. So, first thing tomorrow is I want to start on this banner, like I mentioned. There's so much going on here, like it's going to be a daunting task and probably a big chunk of the video. In fact, yeah, it will be like looking around. There's not much else that will take as much time as this. So yeah, gonna go to bed, get well rested, ready for the mountain, the Everest that I need to climb tomorrow. That is this little banner. Alright, here we are. I've been having a bit of a think as well as to sort of what colour scheme. So normally I follow the War Hipster tutorials, and he says to put Agrax Earthshade on the back of it and do some writing, because he goes for this sort of like tanned effect. But I actually want to be a bit bold and go for this red box art kind of white chain look. So I'm going to put some red on the back of the banner, and I'm also going to try, because it's got these chains, I'm actually going to grab our trusty Black Templar transfer sheets. Look at that, we've got some big chains across them, And then if that goes all right, somehow I'm going to also paint these yellow stripes either side, and I'll just paint over the transfer. Oh my god, that was that was stressful. Wow. And do you know what? I love transfers. I love the way they look. I love how cool they are, what they add to the model. But I find they are either just like, yeah, super cool, easy and chill and go on, whatever, like small ones on shoulder pads, or they are the most stressful experience in the world. I don't even dare pick this up. So yeah, I mean, the lighting's terrible because I've changed camera angles because trying to do it mounted was impossible. It looks incredible. Absolutely love the way it looks. It's so cool. That's why I like transfers. You can get these really cool, like incredible looking effects and like visuals just from essentially fancy stickers. But the fact they're a little bit longer was a nightmare. Yeah, they overlap a little bit. But what I need to do is leave these to set for like half an hour. And then after that, I can put on some, is it Micro Sol? Yeah, and proper firmly set them in. I mean, that's one thing that's a bit of a nightmare with them is I'm so impatient and I don't want to sit here for half an hour. But what I can do while they set is paint some other stuff, you know. So I guess might as well stick with all the cloth stuff and get the tassels. These are parchment. They look a little bit darker than a purity seal, so I might do what I did on the Black Templar Marshal and do Rakarth flesh. Oh, yeah, I'm not really sure about these tassels at the side. I think I should have just stuck with the normal Skeleton Horde, Agrax Earthshade sort of purity seal, like kind of parchment effect that I normally do. I think my issue with these is I normally poke and prod at it too much. Like, I don't know when to, like, that looks fine and leave it. Because, like, if you look at the back, when this is literally just, especially on this side, this was just Rakarth Flesh and Agrax Earthshade, and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Like, nice and simple, some divots, some shadows, it's fine. But like I started trying to layer on some more Rakarth Flesh and like Wraithbone, and I feel like I've just like poked and prodded at it so much that it's just a bit of a mess. I might just quickly put a little glaze of Rakarth Flesh over the top just to smooth it all out. Like a real thin down watery layer. Yeah, it's a little bit tidier. I still think the base, the first one we did where it was like Rakarth Flesh and Agrax Earthshade was probably the best. You can still kind of see it on the back a little bit. But this is just like a thin down layer of Rakarth Flesh, and I put a touch of Nuln oil over the top. You can kind of see it's still a little bit glistening on this side. But that's okay, just like a dirty parchment. I don't think I'm going to bother with the text on it or the transfers, because the main attraction is going to be this big red banner, which we're going to carry on with now. I'm going to try and do a line of Averland sunset down either side, like the box art. Oh my god, okay. This was something. It drives me insane how like there's no middle ground size for these stars. These are Templar crosses, not stars, sorry. Like there's either these ones that are like obviously look at this a little bit too big. I've had to like extend out the Averland Sunset strip to fit them on. And even then this one on over here still overlaps a little bit onto the reds, but I think once you put all the other colours on it'll be okay. And to be fair, at a glance, it's alright. What I'd rather it be too big than too small. Like I did try and put on one of the little ones, and it was like a little bit too small, and just looked a little bit meh. So I was like, I have to decide between too big or too small, and I went with too big. But yeah, I wish there was just like a middle ground. But I will say this looks unbelievable. This has exceeded my expectations and then some. Oh my god! Like it's not the best. There's like some like little wobbly lines, and like I said, that transfer overlaps a little bit. But like just this banner. I couldn't be happy with this. Oh my god, it's so good. Well, I could if it was a little bit tidier, but still, so cool. I absolutely love it. It looks incredible, and I'm super excited to do the sword and the top because then it'll bring it all in. But yeah, I absolutely love it. Just maybe don't look around the back. It's a little bit like whatever around there. Two minds. I literally mentioned like 5 minutes ago about how much I don't want to poke and product things. Like when I feel like I should leave them when they're good, but I do think I kind of want to add a little bit of Nuln oil just to kind of add some depth because there is some folds in these like banners. There are some like creases and folds. I do think it would be quite good just to add a little touch of volume to it with some Nuln oil. So I guess while we wait for it to set, I can pick some of the silver details because the rod is meant to be silver on the bottom and on this bit at the back with like a red handle, and then the bar at the top is meant to be lots of like silvers and actually a new colour we've got I haven't used yet. I've got some Runelord's brass, a bit of a brighter bronze copper colour. Oh my god, I knew there was a lot of silver, but Jesus, this was something else. I mean, it's always the Black Templar, man. I don't know what it's like. It's just, it was obviously trying to get into that pole was super awkward, and obviously, look, I haven't painted this one down here because it's stuck to the thing, but I'll do that later. That's just going to be silver. Man, yeah, even though I've spent all day today just on this, there's just still so much to do. It's mad. It's looking good, man. I really like it, all these colours now. I'm so excited to put some Nuln oil on it, though, just to get some more depth, because, yeah, it's looking a little bit flat. I'm also super excited to put the rest of the colours on. I just thought I'd touch base because I feel like I've been painting for days. Yeah, so I got a nice little Runelord. Actually, yes, hold on, the Runelord brass, really nice. It's much nicer than the Balthazar, especially for stuff like this. Yeah, big fan of that. Definitely going to use more of it going forward. So, what's next? I want to put some skeleton horde on the two skulls. I want to, the sword handle needs to be red. That crest and then the little bits around it need to be silver, but I kind of wanted to do Leadbelcher just so I can have two different variations of silver, so it's not just all like one big blob of the same shade. Oh my god, right, I think that's it. I think that's all of the colours. So we've got all of the silvers, if I move the light. Yeah, so we've got all of the silvers. We've got the Skeleton Horde, the reds, the Runelord brass. That glove's looking pretty cool as well, nice and different, like sort of silver and bronze. A little bit of a red tint on it from all of the contrasts I've been splashing about from the handles, but wow, this has been a journey. So all the colours on, looking unbelievable, just to say as well. Like 10 out of 10, this is incredible. Like the bronze, the parchments, the silvers, the red and the yellows, like imagery on this is incredible. Obviously as well, just side note, I am going to do this silver eventually. So I'll paint this, this will just be silver at the end. So we're just going to slap some Agrax shade on all of the bronze, and then Nuln oil on all the silvers. And then I think, yeah, we'll put the Nuln oil on the banner as well. I am spent. Where do I even start? Oh my god. I'm going to be honest, right? I look behind the scenes. I'm going on a holiday soon. Like for 3 weeks, I'm going to America. And I thought, you know what? I want to like get ahead of the curve. I want to paint a couple models, get a couple videos set in so I don't have to not upload for weeks. So you guys have got like content, you know? I didn't want to skip like 2 or 3 weeks of uploading. So I picked, one of the reasons why I picked the Crusade Ancient is because I was like, this thing will be really easy to paint. Like a 1-2 days job, you know, it's just one model. It's not like the 3 Sword Brothers I did in my last video. That took me like a while. But like, oh my god, this banner took me all day. Like, this just, where's it gone? Like, you'll be seeing it, I don't know, here somewhere spinning, but like, this thing, first up, this is the most incredible thing I've ever painted. Like, looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, I can see why it took all day. So I'm quite like burnt out mentally. So I'll be really keen in the morning to come back to look at it. because at the minute I do love it. Like, it's incredible. It's one of the coolest things I've ever painted. Like, just look at that. Like, the colours, the imagery. I could not be happier with the way the transfers look on the parchment. Even if that little Templar seal is a bit too big, I don't mind. But also, like, I was so nervous about the Nuln oil, like, ruining it. But I actually think it proper makes it. It looks really good. It's patchy and like kind of a bit all over the place, but I like it. It's almost like a dirty, weathered banner. It's not this pristine, flat picture. I almost don't want to put it on the model. I almost want to just frame this and put this on its own because it's incredible. Wow. I didn't expect to like it as much as I do, you know. When I saw it, I was like, this will be a cool thing to paint. It'll be all right. But yeah, that is unreal. All that's left now is, to be fair, I say not that much. I haven't done the tabard. Normally, the first thing I do on these models is all these like torso details. So in my mind, I was like, oh, there's not much left. You know, we've done all the torso details, but we haven't. I want not a quick win, but I want to do something a bit smaller and manageable tomorrow. So I might do the head and the backpack, you know. That might be cool. We could do the head and the backpack, and then we could do the torso details and the molten flaming sword. Cool, so just two little quick wins here. Got the nice shiny gold helmet, and I absolutely love this. I did one on the Marshal as well from the upgrade sprue. And yeah, just that big gold cross on the forehead is super light. Crusader Knight intimidating, I absolutely love it. So I can go over with the shoulders that are done. And then also, yeah, just a little backpack. I did the star on the back red just because I did it white before, similarly on the Marshal as well. And it's cool, and I do prefer the white to the red. But with this guy having a big, colourful banner, I kind of want the whole of the dude in his armour to be like dark and dingy. And the banner is this big, shiny, bold, bright, colourful thing. Like if I grab it now. Yeah, it's like if I compare them, it's like, yeah, this is all like, I mean, I say bright and bold, it is very grimy. But that's what I want. But yeah, just I like all the colour being in this big sort of focal point. And then, yeah, the rest of the dude being all like grim dank and black and dark. So that's just why we picked some of the colours we have. So moving on, we've just got two things left. All these torso details, and then this sword, which, I mean, if you've watched the videos before, you know what's coming. But if you haven't, stick around and find out. So I am going to do with this torso. Sweet, so I've got some of the details looking good on this torso. The tabards are always a bit of a funny one. I just put down Skeleton Horde as the base, and I lather a whole bunch of Xandri Dust and Shabby Bone. I think I might just go back to, for the next guy, Xandri Dust, Agrax Earthshade, and then the layering, just to see what that looks like. I quite like it down here, on all these little sections, the folds. It's quite easy to get like nice highlights because there is literal straight folds. Bit weird on the flat area up here, and then around the back, yeah, that's kind of okay. And then yeah, the belt's looking flat, but that is because there's no Agrax Earthshade or anything on it, which is what we're going to do next. My favourite part when it comes to these belts, because yeah, it just looks real bland, but that Earthshade really helps differentiate from like the layers. So yeah, we'll slap some Agrax Earthshade on it, and then there's some bolts that need to be silver. Edge highlight with some more Mournfang, and then I guess while we're at that, we can do the leather on this pouch here, just like, what is it, Rhinox and Mournfang highlights. Sweet, almost there now on this torso situation. It's nice grimy looking leathers and gold. So the last couple of things on this torso before we can put it to one side and move on to the final part, and that is the shoulder pad needs to be, I think it's red under there. Yeah, I've just sat black all over that shoulder pad and then red for the trim, and then this little pin badge will be probably silver. Yeah, and then this little thing on the knee. So that's quite a bit of done today, you know. We've done all of the torso with all the little details on it, and then I say a lot. These things are quite quick, to be fair, the head and the backpack, but they do look really good for considering like how small they are. I'm a big fan of the backpack, just the simplicity of like, yeah, the black, the silver, and the red. And then similarly with the helmet, I just love that huge gold cross. It's proper like Crusader, Templar, like knights. Yeah, really big fan of those two details. And yeah, just this tabard belt sort of situation. Absolutely love it, you know. I like the little leather pouch on the sides, looking good. That belt's looking nice and consistent, like grim dark and like all leathery and worn. So tomorrow morning, well, there'll only be one thing left to do because it is 11 PM. Look at that. So yeah, first thing tomorrow morning, the last thing to do, this sword. So if you've not been on the channel before, What can I grab? Yeah, so one thing I'd love to do with all of my Black Templar, like special units, you know, like the Execrator, the Marshal, and I guess I've done it on the Blade Guard veterans as well, because they're like big boys. Is this like a molten, hot, flaming sword kind of effect? I absolutely love it. I think it's cool to have like a unique effect uniform over the whole army. And I like it, it's really cool, and I think it fits the dude. So because this guy is quite fancy and big, I can do the same on this sword. I'm just going to layer up a whole bunch of like reds and oranges to make like a molten sword effect. And yeah, that'll match the rest of the guys. So yeah, first thing in the morning, we'll work on this sword, which is what you'll see next. Cool, so there's all of the metallic-y, shiny, fun bits on the sword. Just got like the gold handle, these sort of dark metal chains. You know what, yeah, actually, I do quite like the dark gunmetal chains along the along the black of the Black Templar armour. It's quite cool there, like, it's really dark. Then yeah, just some like golds and some silvers on the hilt. Just a bit fancy heraldry. But I'm super keen for the blade as always, so if you've not seen it before, we going to do a sort of like a hot molten blade. So put down a base of Baal red, and then what we do is a lot of glazing. So if I grab some Slayere orange, which is what we start off with, just building up layers of it, putting on a really thin coat along like the whole blade, and then like another one, another one. I think honestly put on like 10 watery thin coats, but every time you apply it like a little bit further down to build up a gradient. And then after that we do the same, but kind of in reverse. Like we take some flash kits, mix it in with some Slayere to make a lighter yellowy orange, but just do it down the centre of the blade to kind of like build outwards. Cool, so there's just like the blade effect, like the transition between the bright red hotness and then the orange even hotter, and then yeah, the yellow sort of white power node in the middle that's meant to be like the source of the heat, so it should be like the yellowy white kind of bright colour. So just the final thing for this sword, and I guess just the model overall, is what we do is we take some Rhinox hide and we add it into the amalgamation of colours we've got over here. So we sort of mix Rhinox hide with the red, so we get like a dark browny red, and apply it just to the top sections. So like around here, as if the blade is so hot, it's like chipping away at the sort of metal and whatnot, and it's kind of breaking around the edges. Oh, here we go. Everything is fully painted and ready to be put together. I am so excited. I was originally going to do a fancy base. I was going to put him on loads of cork, elevate him up so he's like waving a banner over the whole battlefield, similar to this guy, like the Wolf Priest, like super raised up, like he's overseeing the battlefield or he's leading it on like an elevated ground. But it's a bit fiddly, you know. Like there's like 3 points of contact with his feet. He's got this little base thing on him. Like that thing's just going to be like rocks and bones. And then he's got his back foot and he'll have the banner. So I'd need to put like loads of cork, like kind of make it look like he's standing on things. And I don't think it looked that great. But yeah, let's just build him up, base him, and then have a look at him because I am so excited to see him fully built. I can definitely feel like this guy's going to be a good one. Like, you know, like almost like a centerpiece at the front of the army leading the charge. Oh, and here we go, the big Raviel for the centerpiece of my army. He's just off to the side. I don't dare flip him up because he's so fiddly. Du, 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 du. Oh my god, I'm at a loss for words, honestly. Like, I'm always so positive and like, yeah, I love this model, this is cool, I like this aspect. Look at him, he's such a cool guy, but I'm speechless. No words can do this justice. Like, look at that. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Oh my god, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. This is like my best favourite, most incredible 10 out of 10 model ever. Like, wow. Yeah, just look at it. Like, yeah, I feel bad. Like this review's gonna be super boring. Just me silently just spinning him, going, oh my god. But wow, what a model. I will say this banner was terrifying to like glue on. It's so fiddly and delicate. I'm so scared to even move it. But look at it. Like how do you take something like this to a match, to like a tournament? No wonder nobody runs it. It's not because they're like pretty weak. It's because it's snap in half. Oh my god. But yeah, just obviously let's just start from the banner because it is just the most coolest thing ever. Like, let's zoom in. So here it is in all of its glory. So I thought this would be difficult. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be, but it took a lot longer and was as fiddly as I thought it was going to be. And it looks a lot better than I thought. You know, I didn't expect it to look this good and this cool, but you know what? I'm in love. This is like the coolest thing ever. So I guess, yeah, I love how the Nuln oil makes it all dirty. I was really anxious that the Nuln oil would ruin it, and it's kind of made it all like grimy and streaky and patchy, but I like that. It's cool. I still don't know how they get on the box art. So you see on the yellow, like it's kind of like light at the top and then dark, and it's kind of like volume, like light shining against it. I don't know how you get that effect on like some cloth and yellows, but even with just the painted on, I think I love it. It looks so cool. Yeah, the red down the middle looks good. I'm really happy with like the freehand of like those yellow stripes across the middle to put the cross on. Obviously the one on the left could be a little bit bigger just to fit the cross on more naturally, but so good. I absolutely love it. And then the tassels either side, in retrospect I probably could have put some text on them, like squiggles and whatnot, but it's whatever. Like I said, they still look fine. I don't want to risk like poking and prodding at it. The back's pretty bland, but I mean, what else can go on there? And then yeah, I like the two skulls, the orc skull and there's like a skull on top. I used two different colours, skeleton horde for the orc and just like Agrak Surfshade on the top section. And yeah, I'm glad like the difference of the skulls. It's quite cool. I really like add some variety to it. I love the skeleton horde on this like orc skull is really good. I love all the dark gunmetal looks nice, like the big like dark sword and the chains. Like it's just paint job aside, this is such a cool piece. Like those chains holding the sword in at the top there are cool. Like just the skull chained up and hanging up with Armageddon underneath it. Like, and then yeah, just a final touch on this, the Runelord's brass, I absolutely love. It's such a cool colour. Like a nice lighter bronze copper. It's so cool. I'm just trying to find some prominent Balthazar on my shelf, I guess. Yeah, so Balthazar is like very dark and very bronze, which is good for a lot of things. Not focusing. Yeah, it is good, but I kind of like the lighter, like coppery Runelord's brass. It adds like nice variety to it, especially on stuff like this. But yeah, banner, 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it. One minor thing I forgot actually, this dude's glove being like Runelord's brass and Leadbelcher. Can I get the light on? Yeah, look at that. That's such a cool little imagery. Like the brass in the middle of the silver, like on a big gauntlet. I love that, especially the idea that he's got this big, massive gauntlet that the banner's chained to, because he needs like a big heavy glove to lift up this huge banner. Yeah, awesome, incredible. And I guess if we go down the rest of the model, like I mentioned, I love the imagery of that white band down the front on his knee, like then leading into the tabard, which leads into the banner, like this nice sort of like straight line drawn down the model, just down from here upwards, like of that colour. And then with the black and the red either side, it's really, really cool. I love that. The tabard's looking good. Pretty happy with the tabard. It's kind of tucked away and hidden, so like it's a little bit subtle, more subtle. Looks really good on the back down here. I tried some bits and bobs like Nuln oil and some other bits. Oh, that's kind of cool, like a weathered tabard. And then the molten sword's looking pretty basic and okay. I feel like that's something we can definitely improve on. I wasn't as patient this time. I could feel myself rushing a little bit. So that's something I need to just get back in on. But yeah, I just don't know what to say. This guy's just the best thing ever. Like, look at him, just sort of spinning around. Base is just real standard, just the normal like mud and grass, nothing special. Just yeah, big black, red, grim, dark dude. This giant, huge banner. Yeah, this is easily my favourite model. 10 out of 10. Like I mentioned, centerpiece of the army. I'll be right up the front, leading the charge. Absolutely love it. Oh, and here he is. Little box of army. There's proper. This is full now. Like there's not a lot of room left. So we just grab the boy and put him right there. And yeah, look at that. Just like banner held high, leading the charge. It looks so cool up front next to the Emperor's Champion. I wonder if can I get any lower with this camera? Yeah, look at that. Like two boys leading the charge at the front. Oh my god. So last week we had 790. And then this boy is only 65 points. That brings us up to 855. Oh my god. It might not seem like a lot for most people, because I know 2k is like a good standard, but that's a lot of points for me. Like, look at that black tide in that box. I definitely need to like flush it out and maybe put them on a shelf somewhere else, because they're proper packed in. But no, look at these boys. Oh my god, just a tidal wave of them. I love it. So yeah, the only thing we've got left really to add to the army is the other squad of Crusaders for 150. And then we'll be done. Oh, and there we go. The Crusade Ancient, fully done and painted. And yeah, I did not expect to have such a good time and love the model as much as I did. Like, I thought it'd be cool and interesting. I didn't think I would be able to do the banner that well. Not that it's the best banner in the world, but like I had some ideas. I was like, it will look okay. I'll do my best. Actually, when I was looking at it first, I thought I'll probably just try and do a little easy way. You know, I'll put the shield on, or I'll do something like a little simple, not that advanced, and I'll just make this like chonky dude. But man, I just ran with it. Like, it was so cool seeing it slowly evolve. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have it as like the centerpiece, like at the front of the army, like leading the charge. Like, it'd be so cool. Yeah, I'm super keen to see it on the battlefield. Not that I know how I'm going to get it onto the battlefield, because like it's so delicate. I feel like any time I touch it, it's going to fall apart or break. Yeah, just looking back at it, like it's just such a cool model, man. It's so unique and so cool, and that banner looks great. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. But yeah, we're almost done now. It's crazy. Like, all there is the Crusader squad. But that's a lot of models in a Crusader squad. There's like 10 of them, I think. So yeah, I've got a plan for the Crusaders. I've not really got anything planned in for the neophytes in terms of a video. Like, I can just paint them off camera, but I've already done a video of painting 4 neophytes, so it's probably boring to do another one. I don't know, I think of something. But as always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and tune in next time. Bye!